This is a big bird that we have here. This is a 29-pound bird that we're going to cook for tomorrow for Thanksgiving. As you can see, there's quite a few little pin feathers here. That's not a problem. You just get yourself a handy dandy little strawberry hull picker, and you can pick out those feathers real easy, just like that. So you just go around the bird and you go after all those little pin feathers. If you can't see them, if the bird was a white feathered bird, you might not see them, but you can feel them as you feel backwards against the bird. If you see any little feathers, just pluck them off and you're good to go with the bird. I pulled the neck out. That was in the body cavity, and the giblets were up in the top of the neck, underneath the skin from the neck. So I just put the bird in my sink, clean him up, pick off all the pin feathers that I can find, and get him ready to put in a pan. This is a big old boy, so I'm not sure how big a pan I'm going to need. I've got me a big foil-based pan. I've doubled that because he's pretty heavy. We will see as we move along here where he's going to fit. Also with the giblets, I'll put some water on that, season it with some poultry seasoning, salt and pepper, and throw it on the stove and bring it to a boil and let it simmer. And then when it's all cooked up, I'll peel the meat off of the neck, cut up the giblets in little pieces, and put that into my stuffing. So anyways, that's just a little tutorial on cleaning up your bird. The inside of the bird isn't probably too bad. It's pretty clean in there. So we will work on that as we get the pin feathers pulled out. So happy plucking. Bye-bye. Here I have my top part of my bird pretty cleaned. I flipped him around, did the back side of him. He's not too bad. I folded the wings under so that it lays flat and the wingtips don't stick up and burn. So that's a little trick you can do. That's hard to do sometimes. A bird, he's pretty stiff, but you can do that. Now I'm looking down here, and luckily I've got this nice piece of flap of skin here that I can tuck the legs back under when I'm ready to roast him. But right now I'm looking down the cavity. It's pretty nice and clean. Some few cords, stuff, you just yank those out, toss them aside. But when you pull the legs out to clean under the legs, there's quite a few pin feathers there. So you want to try to get as many of those as you can. It's not going to hurt anything. But as you can see, this turkey was a big-breasted bronze, which accounts for the dark feathers on it. And some of our other birds were big-breasted whites. So it depends on what kind of bird you got, but you just keep working at those pin feathers. Not going to hurt if you leave them on, but it always looks nicer if you can get them off. But don't sweat it if you can't. The little ones aren't going to hurt a thing. So anyways, I'm going to commence to cleaning these legs up now, and then I'll try to tuck them back in after I stuff the bird. Alrighty. Here's another discovery that you might not know about. Tucked in here, underneath of this, is the turkey butt. Now, some people love that. It's the best eating, they say. You can either leave that on, or you can cut that off. Either way you choose to do it. They cut the oiler out right here. The oiler's gone. And so that is just hanging there, and you can do what you wish with that. Like I said, a lot of people love to eat that. It's good meat. And then I think my bird's about ready to let him rest while I cook up his giblets. Tear out more of that. You can find little pieces of stuff. Nothing to be concerned with. I had to yank on the legs pretty hard to get them to open up so I could get the pin feathers out. Tucked down in the creases and crevices here of the bird here. So just don't be afraid to reef on him. Pull his legs, whatever you got to do to get those little pin feathers. Don't worry about them. And then I think my bird's pretty good shape. About ready to put into the pan and let him rest for the night till morning. One other thing I kind of wanted to show you, if I can get this bird up here and hold the camera at the same time. They left us a good amount of skin here on the front of the neck. And I like to put stuffing in there and then fold that down on there. And that makes for a good pocket on the bird to tuck some stuffing in there if you don't want to stuff it all in the body cavity.